how would you recommend in 2023 to build up like social media, a community behind it, get people really involved so that you're getting that kind of, you know, you're going to say produce content, aren't you? Yeah.
I mean, you know what the funny part is of like my world is what I talk about in business is similar to the way people talk in health and fitness. Everyone's walking around saying, how do I get into better shape or feel better? Let me save you time. You eat better. You get your protein ratios up. You don't eat as much sugar and carbs and all that dog shit. You eat cleaner. You go to the gym. You work on building up your strength. Everyone, the formula is super simple. There's nobody here that doesn't understand how to get into better physical shape. Doing it is hard.
Yeah.
The number one way in 2023 to get a board game from 15,000 to 1 million is posting 4 times a day on TikTok with different creative that shows the game, 3 to 4 times on Instagram, 4 times on YouTube Shorts, 3 times on LinkedIn, Twitter, Threads, Meta. Awesome. Organic content on social networks at the highest level that you can output is going to give you what you want.
We're both in the real estate industry and e-commerce. We're both 16, so what advice would you give us to set ourselves from other entrepreneurs?
That you don't need to set yourself up in a different way than other entrepreneurs. The fact that you're both 16.
Yes!
A lot of people worry about, notice the themes, if you've been listening, you don't need to worry about other entrepreneurs. You don't need to worry about it. You need to keep honing your skills. There's only so much shit you could be doing in real estate when you're 16, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're just early. Like, you just need to keep practicing. Don't worry about setting apart from everyone else. Just worry about you being good at it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
What's going well?
I'm good on the phone and door knocking. I'm getting leads.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not scared of getting no's?
No.
That's a very good fucking start.
Thank you.
Let me tell you my favorite piece of advice to a 16-year-old entrepreneur who's hungry. How you make your money is more important than how much you make. Yeah. Keep that in mind.
Are empowered to grow the brand themselves. You know, Vcon has moved beyond you, beyond just characters. What do you think e-commerce business is going to do from that?
I mean, that brand is the ultimate way to sell, right? Like, brand over everything. The reason most people that focus just on math and ads don't build the biggest things in the world is because the art and the communication and the emotion always outflanks the math. You need the math. Math is massively important. I'm obsessed with ads. We run billions at VaynerMedia. But if you're asking me what can an e-commerce business learn from VFriends and Vcon, the answer is brand over everything. And brand means storytelling and good intent and content with no expectation of a transaction in return on that day.
Last one.
Oh.
Team, I've got to go to the next thing. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
My name's Patrick. I'm a 17-year-old student. I graduate high school at the end of next year. I come from a very traditional family who wants me really badly to become a doctor because of its stability and respect that you get given.
Correct.
However, I feel that I've always been interested in entrepreneurship.
Yes.
As someone with your expertise and experience, what are your recommendations?
To not become a doctor.
And also, as an entrepreneur, how do people like you gain the respect of the general population, I guess?
By executing.
Executing?
Right? I think it's so common for Eastern European, Asian, Indian parents for the doctor, lawyer, engineer thing. The most important thing is that you don't make the same mistake your parents are making, which is you're trying to be respected. The best way to get respected is by not seeking respect. It's by respecting others, but not trying to get it from them. Right? You're in a double path. One, you're trying to figure out how the fuck to not be a doctor because your parents want it bad.
Yeah.
And then second, that's fine. That's a generation, that is like a huge thing that's going on in the world. Good news, there are millions and millions and millions of kids, predominantly from certain parts of the world and immigrant families that are being pushed to do the same thing. You're not alone on this, but you cannot compromise on this. Because there's only one outcome. You will end up resenting your parents. If anyone here goes on to do in a profession what their parents made them do when they had no interest, the outcome is always resentment. But the bigger thing that scares me is not that, it's looking for respect. That's gonna put you in a shitty spot for yourself. The only way to get respect is to earn it. You can't communicate it. But more importantly, try not to make that your validation. Respect yourself. Give respect to others. You'll get everything you need from that.
You're always about adding value and bringing value to people.
Yes.
That's the reason I'd like to stand up here today. Basically started as an actor for 8 years, sucked at it really bad. Had the humility to realize that I didn't have the talent, wasn't gonna make it, wasn't gonna keep, I guess, bashing my head against the wall.
Yes.
Started a business, which I'd wanted to do. It fell on its ass.
Yep.
Jumped into the next one, did the same thing. I've just come out of that.
So we're 0 for 3 so far.
So far, yeah, so far.
So far.
So far. The thing I regret the absolute most about that is absolutely fucking nothing.
Amazing.
Wouldn't change a thing about it. Have had the humility to go back, start working, start again, back in the back cave and getting ready for the next one.
Love. That's it.
That's it.
When I tell you, when I say that's it, I actually say that in the best way possible. That you're absolutely right for coming up here and saying that, because that shit fires me up to no end.
Me too.
Because that's what I'm hoping for people to understand. Because if you have no regrets and you sit up here and deliver what you just delivered the way you did, and you're enjoying the concept of one of these things is gonna hit, and you don't have regret. Do you know how many people wanted to be actors and didn't try?
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking huge that you did that for 8 years.
Yeah.
Like, just not, like when you're sitting on that rocking chair at 91 and not having to be like, I wish I did. Because that's the thing you'll learn if you hang out with 80 and 90-year-olds. They don't talk about anything, and I mean anything. If they're a stranger to you, anything besides 2 things. Happy or sad about how much time they spent with their family in their life, meaning thrilled they did a ton of it and they feel content, or sad and wish they spent more. And then number 2, the shit they didn't do. The shit they didn't do. I'm pumped for you, bro, that you've scratched that itch for 8 years.
I appreciate it. And look, you know, it's all about, like you say, not having regrets. I've heard you say that many times.
It's a big one.
Really connected. I will never look back and go, you know, I wonder what would have happened, because now I know what happened. I learned so much, and it's changed me so much for the better. I've taken all 3 of those things with me.
Brother,
Rowan,
when I tell you I can't wait to see you go 1 for 7, I can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you.